In general, when we have a breakage on the track, we'll just set that car aside and forget all about it and do our job as a quarter marshal. And that way we're not bothering the other drivers on the stand. No biggie though, we're casual, just letting you know. Getting near that minute and a half mark, looking who's on top. It's Carl Blocker Sr. putting it down in the stadium truck. Corey's 1 second behind him. Ben's 2 seconds behind him. Craig's holding his own, about 6 seconds off of that guy's pace.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Carl Blocker Sr., Corey Frisbee, Ben Adolph, Craig Newberry, and Jeff Adolph.
Those top three are running tight. Carl, Corey, and Ben Adolph. Less than 2 seconds between them all, except Corey's parked upside down on top. Yikes. Oh no. Carl Blocker's getting an early birthday present while those two mess around.
3 minutes left.
A little bit of Carl with a barrel roll off the quarter pipe. We'll see what they're looking like this next time around. All right, with a full race reset, we're going to put Ben Adolph on the top spot. Carl Sr. about 3 seconds back, and Corey about 4 seconds back from there. Oh no, leader's having a bunch of problems. Guys need to get the jitters out, get into race mode.
After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Carl Blocker Sr., Ben Adolph, Corey Frisbee, Craig Newberry, and Jeff Adolph.
Right on, Blocker Sr. to the top again. He's got about a 2 second advantage over Ben Adolph. This track is cursed. I wish the next heat well. Four-wheel drive buggy, you guys are up next. There might be a horrid curse over the track though.
One minute left.
Thirty seconds left on that computer time clock, so everybody's got about 30 seconds plus a lap or two.
Carl Blocker Sr., Craig Newberry, and Jeff Adolph.
Corey finds his way to the top. Ben 1 second behind him. Carl dropped off pace. He's about 10 seconds back. So the battle is Corey and Ben, that bright yellow and the gray and purple. They'll be right to the final lap to see who comes out ahead of them.
2, 1. Jeff Adolph done. Ben Adolph done. Corey Frisbee done.
Oh, Corey gets it on the last lap. Less than a second. Ben Adolph will have to settle for the 2, but I know all of them have plenty more in the tank. We'll bring it back for qualifying round 2.
Craig Newberry done.
See what we can make of it. We got a couple back-to-backs, it looks like, so any volunteer corners would be helpful. Oh, yeah, yeah. Track is open.
The race is completed. Ben Trocchi. Ben Adolph.
Jeff is sauntering his
Dan
way
Peary.
towards the track, so we'll give him a couple laps, and I will hit the magic button.
Jeff Adolph.
All right, let's make that loop live. You guys are off. 5-minute clocks are going. Ben Trocchi and Dan Peary together again. Dan's been bringing the heat the last few weeks.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Adolph, Dan Peary, Ben Trocchi, Jeff Adolph.
Just over that minute and a half mark, Ben Adolph is got a healthy gap going, about 7 seconds up on everybody else. And he's even got the advantage of clear track. Like everybody else is playing in traffic. Ben stretches
minutes
it out
left.
to 10 seconds. Dan on the 2, Jeff only 3 seconds back from there. Ben is putting down a heck of a run. He's now 16 seconds up. And I know he has more in the tank. I was listening to his practice times. They were all mid-13s. He's consistently running 13.9 to low 14s right now. A little
10 minutes
conservative
left.
in the race
The
mode,
top
but
drivers
that
are
is
Ben
quick.
Adolph, Dan Peary, Jeff Adolph, Ben Truckee.
Dan and Jeff, 2 and 3, have a battle on their hands. Minute and a half on the clock, 1.2 seconds separation.
One minute left.
Ben putting it down in a convincing fashion. 26 seconds up right now. 2 seconds shy of a 20-lap pace. Pretty good run going.
After 4 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Adolph, Dan Perry, Jeff Adolph, Ben Truckee.
Two-wheel drive sportsmen, you guys are up next.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ben Adolph done. Dan Perry done. All drivers are finished. Jeff Adolph done.
Ben finishes 33 seconds up on top. That's impressive.
The race is completed. Two minutes to the start of the race.
All right, Carl and Ben Truckee, you'll just have to have your head on a swivel. There's nobody on bucket 5 behind you, but I think we'll live. As long as you got eyeballs in the back of your head and communicate to each other. Track is open.
Travis Blocker. Eric Newberry. Ben Castleberry. 1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Craig Newberry.
All right, got everyone checked. Loop's going
30
live.
seconds
Loop
to the
is
start of the
live.
race.
Travis gets us started. He's the first one on the clock. Everybody else following suit.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Craig Newberry, Ben Castleberry, Travis Blocker, Eric Newberry.
1 and 2, Ben Castleberry and Craig Newberry. Less than a half second between those two. The battle is for that number one spot. Travis Blocker, fresh off of that win last time we raced. See if he can back it up before the night's out. That X-ray.
3 minutes left.
The heat is on for those top two spots. Ben Castleberry, Craig Newberry, less than a second.
After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Craig Newberry, Travis Blocker, Eric Newberry. One minute left.
Leader rolls it over, but he did earn himself some breathing room, so he's still on that top spot. 3.8 seconds now between Ben Castleberry and Craig Newberry.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Craig Newberry, Travis Blocker, Eric Newberry. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Craig Newberry done. Ben Castleberry done.
Ben
Eric Newberry
Castleberry
done.
will lock in
All
that
drivers are
TQ
finished.
for round one.
Travis Blocker done.
Next up, 17.5 expert drivers.
The race is completed. Two minutes to the start of the race.
Track is open.
Ben Adolph. Dan Perry. Ben Trocchi. Jeff Adolph.
What do you think, Kyle? No good? Oh, man.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Oh, no. 2 out of the 5 have already dropped out. We better start this loop. Actually, we'll see if we can snap it back in.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, Dan is back in.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, loop's going live. Loop is live. Ben is on the clock.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Ben Adolph, Ben Trocchi, Jeff Adolph, and Kyle Thompson.
Just about at that 2-minute mark with 3 minutes remaining. Dan Perry's leading him around about a second of a 1 second lead. Ben on the 2. Ben Adolph on the 2, that is.
3 minutes left.
Ben Trocchi and Jeff are about 8 seconds back from there, but they've got a good battle going themselves. At the halfway mark, Dan is stretching it out just a little. He's up about 2.5 seconds at this point.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Ben Adolph, Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi, and Kyle Thompson.
Ooh, Dan stretches it out some more. He's up 6.5 seconds at this point. Ben Adolph holding down that 2. Ben Trocchi now in the 3 with Jeff less than 3 seconds behind him.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Ben Adolph, Ben Trocchi, Jeff Adolph, and Kyle Thompson.
Two separate races going on out of 4 drivers. Dan Perry's continuing to run away with it, now over 10 seconds up.
5, 4,
Looks like
3,
Ben Trocchi and
2,
Jeff have settled
1.
out with a pretty good gap between them. That should be the final running order. Dan, Ben Adolph, Ben
Adolph
Trocchi, and Jeff.
Dan Perry done.
Dan Perry locks in a
Jeff
21
Adolph
lap,
done.
5:08. Very impressive. That's going to be a tough DQ
All drivers
pace
are finished.
to beat.
Ben Trocchi done.
Dan, you're going to have to take a picture of that live time. That was a really impressive run. I mean, you were just dead
race is
consistent
completed.
from start to finish. That was really good. Short course showdown. Time to make some noise.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
We will need all hands on deck. We got 6 short course trucks ready to battle it out. Need some quarter marshals out here. Any volunteers would be helpful. All right, Corey's going to help us out. That should help. I have someone under me, I take it. All right, turn them loose.
One minute to the start of the race.
Dan Perry in that last race ran a 97.7% consistency.
Carl Blocker Sr. Kyle Thompson. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Ben Castleberry. Zach Hopkins. Eric Newberry. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Nicole Bruner. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
I'm going to let that
10,
time clock run.
9,
This is the final
8,
10 seconds and Luke
7,
will be live.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Nicole Bruner, Ben Castleberry, Carl Blocker Sr., and Eric Newberry.
Kyle Thompson's running this show at about the 2-minute mark with 3 minutes remaining. Got about a 4-second lead. Nicole sitting there in second with Ben Castleberry 1 second back in the 3 spot.
Three minutes left. After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ben Castleberry, Nicole Bruner, Carl Blocker Sr., and Eric Newberry.
Ben Castleberry's moving his way right through traffic. He was sitting down towards the bottom at the beginning of this race, moved his way into second. A little over 3 seconds from Kyle Thompson in that number 1 spot.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ben Castleberry, Nicole Bruner, Carl Blocker Sr., and Eric Newberry. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicole Bruner done. Carl Blocker Sr. done. Eric Newberry done. Zach Hopkins done. Kyle Thompson done. All drivers are finished.
Kyle
Ben
Thompson
Castleberry
locks
done.
it down, commanding style from tone to tone. Ben Castleberry moved all the way up to that 2 spot.
The race is completed. Two minutes to the start of the race.
There you go. Track is open.
Ben Adolph.
Andrew, how come you're not racing?
Craig Newberry.
Be a good night for it. You're here. Loop will go
Jeff
live in
Adolph.
just a few seconds.
Corey Frisbee.
All right. Loop is live.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Adolph, Corey Frisbee, Ben Adolph, Carl Blocker Sr., and Craig Newberry.
Two minutes down, 3 minutes to go. Jeff Adolph has worked his way into a healthy margin, about 5 seconds up on the field. Corey on that 2 spot. Ben Adolph must
3
be
minutes
making
left.
it hard on himself. He's got 10 seconds to catch those top 2. Corey's catching up a little bit. Corey in that yellow truck is in the 2 spot, chasing
2
down
minutes
Jeff
3 minutes.
Adolph in the
The
gray.
top drivers are Jeff Adolph, Corey Frisbee, Ben Adolph, Carl Blocker Sr., and Craig Newberry.
Ooh, I've now got less than a tenth of a second between Corey and Jeff. Your battle is for that top spot. That was a nice move by Quarter Marshal Zach Hopkins, standing on the red dot to grab the truck off the elevation. Kept his feet out of the way of the race line.
1 minute left.
We'll have to use that as instruction in our future driver meetings. Less than a minute. Ben, who was 15 seconds behind, is now in the lead, and he's leading everybody by 8 seconds. So somehow made about 20 seconds up on the field. Corey's still in that 2 with Jeff about a quarter second behind him. So they're still battling as well.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Adolph, Corey Frisbee, Jeff Adolph, Carl Blocker Sr., and Craig Newberry. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Corey Frisbee done. Ben Adolph done. Craig Newberry done. Jeff Adolph done.
Ben will lock in that race and the TQ that goes along with it. 19 lap, 15:09.
All drivers are finished. Carl Blocker Sr. done. The race is completed.
All right, we got a couple back-to-back racers. Next up is four-wheel drive buggy 13.5, and we will need a couple volunteer quarter marshals.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
Looks like Chalky's got his car back in one piece. He's headed out. Quarter marshals looking good. Thank you, volunteer quarter marshals. Turn them loose.
One minute to the start of the race. Dan Peary, Jeff Adolph, Ben Adolph. 45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
Chalky is hustling in the pits, so we'll give him a minute or two.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
This is all part of Chalky's strategy. He's going to get everyone to run their voltage down to near nothing. Come in and just swoop up that TQ. I think he's getting closer. He's still hustling. Chalky is on track. We will give him one lap after he goes through. I will put that loop alive after Chalky crosses one lap.
Ben Chalky.
All right, loop is live. Dan Peary, first one on the clock.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Adolph, Dan Peary, Ben Chalky, Jeff Adolph. 3 minutes left.
At the halfway mark, Ben Adolph's up by 5 seconds. Dan Perry sitting on that 2. Bit of a gap. Then you got Jeff on the 3 with Ben Trocchi 3 seconds behind him.
After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Ben Adolph, Dan Perry, Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi.
Blazing fast lap from Ben Adolph, a 13.5 early in this race. I don't believe I've seen a quicker lap time out here. A lot of 13.6s, but not too many 13.5s yet.
One minute left.
Jeff with a quick rollover. That was enough to let Ben Trocchi sneak into that 3rd place.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds,
They're
the
going
top
to be
drivers are
battling to the
Ben
finish
Adolph,
line.
Dan Perry, Ben Trocchi, Jeff Adolph. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Perry done. Jeff Adolph done. Ben Adolph done.
Ben Adolph locks in that race.
All drivers are finished.
His first
Ben
run was a
Trocchi done.
second quicker, but showing lots of consistency tonight. 21.502 to a 21.503 was Ben's first and second rounds.
The race is completed.
Sportsman driver to the line. Sportsman drivers.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
All right. Dan Perry's making his way out to that corner. And Track is open.
Craig Newberry, Ben Castleberry, Eric Newberry, Travis Blocker, One minute to the start of the race.
About 10 more seconds until the loop is live. All right, loop is live. Loop is live. Travis Blocker, first one across, starting us off. Ben Castleberry holding that TQ. Travis Blocker sneaking through traffic right now, holding that top spot on a good pace as well.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Travis Blocker, Craig Newberry, Eric Newberry.
Ben Castleberry in the orange back to the top with a healthy margin as well. He's already up 8 seconds. Man. Travis and Craig, less than a second between them, 2 and 3.
3 minutes left.
Looking at some fast lap times out
After
there.
2 minutes left, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Travis Blocker, Craig Newberry, Eric Newberry.
Ben Castleberry has the fastest lap time on the track of an 11.7. Travis Blocker not too far off that, 11.9 seconds. Craig at a 12 flat and Eric at a 12.2.
1 minute left.
Castleberry's commanding the sportsman class this evening, taking the round 1 TQ, backing it up with another victory out of the 2. He's 25 seconds up on the field, running some nice consistent laps out there.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Travis Blocker, Craig Newberry, Eric Newberry. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ben Castleberry done. Travis Blocker done.
Castleberry continued to stretch it
All
out
drivers
all the way
are
to
finished.
the end.
Craig
35
Newberry done.
second victory, margin of victory. Impressive. Ooh, and brought your lap time down to an 11.6, backing up that 11.7.
The race is completed.
All right, Dan, no pressure. Mr. 97% consistency. No one's watching. That's the spirit.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
All right. Who's going to take the bucket 5? Travis says he'll do it. Let's move Nicole up to the 6, if you don't mind. All right, track is open. Let him eat.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Kyle Thompson, Ben Trocchi, Dan Perry, Ben Adolph, Jeff Adolph. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
I'll go ahead and let that timer run, so it's 25 seconds till the loop is live.
"15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Top four are running really close.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Adolph, Ben Trocchi, Jeff Adolph, Dan Perry, and Kyle Thompson. Three minutes left.
Man, oh man, at the halfway mark, I got less than a second between each of the top three. Ben Adolph, Jeff Adolph, Dan Perry. 1 second completely separates 1 through 3. 2.5 minutes on the clock.
Two minutes left. The top drivers are Ben Adolph, Dan Perry, Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi, and Kyle Thompson.
Ben Adolph in the purple #1 spot, followed by Dan in the #2 spot on both the track and the computer. I think his wheel's going to have to be touching Ben's to take that victory, if not pass him. That should slide Dan into that 1 spot. Let's see if Ben can make a comeback. We got 1 minute 20 seconds on the clock.
One minute left.
Dan now with some breathing room. He's up 6 seconds on the field. Ben Adolph and Jeff Adolph 2 and 3. Just a second and a half between them. Kyle, now what?
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Ben Adolph, Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi, and Kyle Thompson.
Dan's stretching it some more. He's up 8.5 seconds.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeff Adolph done. Ben Adolph done. Ben Trocchi done.
Dan is on the clock, finishing his victory lap.
All drivers are finished. Dan Perry done. The race is completed.
Ben Trocchi, the silent assassin, snuck up into that second spot. Looks official to me. Good job. All right, 6 short course drivers going at it. Every one of them with the ability to win. Where's Zach Hopkins? We only got 5. Oh, yeah? Hopefully he's tuning that bicycle mode out of his. He was running on 2 wheels half the race. Well, the rest of you guys can let him eat. Track is open.
Kyle Thompson, Carl Blocker Sr., Ben Castleberry, Nicole Bruner, Eric Newberry.
All right, we got Hopkins on track. We'll give him a lap.
Zach Hopkins,
Yeah. All right, let's say 10-second countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Loop is live. Nicole and Ben are starting it off on the clock.
after 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ben Castleberry, Carl Blocker Sr., Nicole Bruner, and Zach Hopkins.
Kyle Thompson's laying down some consistent laps amidst the chaos. Already worked a 5-second lead up on the pack.
3 minutes left.
Careful on that step up. Oh, clear. Ben Castleberry in that 2 spot with the red racing stripes is on the hunt for Kyle Thompson. So far, that 4 seconds gap has remained pretty consistent between Kyle and Ben Castleberry.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ben Castleberry, Nicole Bruner, Carl Blocker Sr., and Zach Hopkins.
Castleberry's making some time up. Got it to about a 3-second margin between Kyle in the 1 and Ben on the 2.
1 minute left.
Red Racing Stripes has got to get around Carl now if he has any chance at catching Kyle. Red Racing Stripes making his way through.
After 4 minutes
going,
30
Ben.
seconds,
You're good.
the top drivers are Kyle Thompson, Ben Castleberry, Nicole Bruner, Carl Blocker Sr., and Zach Hopkins. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's looking like Kyle in the black and white's got this on lock.
Ben Castleberry done. Carl Blocker Sr. done. Kyle Thompson done. Nicole Bruner done. Eric Newberry done. All drivers are finished.
All right, when you are
Zach
done
Hopkins
racing,
done.
we need to get out of the race line, not be cutting over pipes. So Zach needed to be able to finish his race there. All right, we'll do some resort for the mains.
The race is completed.
Main lineup will be the same as the qualifiers, so we'll get Stadium Truck out there, and short course will be quarter-marshaling. We are ready to get this show on the road. Stadium trucks, let's get them out there. Short course drivers to the corner positions. Any other short course drivers that can make it out to corner marshal? Get someone on number 5. All right, so somebody for 6. And do I have one under me? All right, stadium trucks, let them eat.
Ben Adolph. Carl Blocker Sr. Corey Frisbee. Jeff Adolph. Craig Newberry.
Let's go ahead and line them up. It's Ben Adolph with the TQ position. I don't know about that starting line, but it looks like your TQ gives you a slight advantage. Everybody else is packed pretty tight. Jeff Adolph on the 2, father and son, that's pretty cool. Corey on the 3, Carl Blocker Sr. on the 4, and Craig on the 5. Corner marshals ready. Oh, we're going to make it official. Craig's trying to cheat. Come on now, just kidding. All right, corner marshals ready. Drivers on the tone. Oh no, Ben giving a handicap. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Adolph's Jeff slides into that number 1. Corey gets by as well. 1, 2, and 3 across the finish line. All right, 1, 2, and 3 are going to be catching Newberry and Blocker Sr. pretty quick. 1, 2, and 3 are battling it out. It could get dicey.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Adolph, Ben Adolph, Corey Frisbee, Carl Blocker Sr., and Craig Newberry.
Ben and Jeff, tire to tire. Corey right there as well. 1, 2, and 3 are just freight trading around this track.
3 minutes left.
Corey will need to sneak around Carl as well so we can stay in that 1, 2, 3 battle. Oh, he can't do it when he's hanging out on the pipe. All right, thank you, Carl. Ben and Jeff still bumper to bumper. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left on that time clock.
2 minutes 3 minutes, the top drivers are Ben Adolph, Jeff Adolph, Corey Frisbee, Carl Blocker Sr., and Craig Newberry.
Corey in the bright yellow in the 3 spot, putting pressure on Jeff on the 2 spot. Gray and yellow on the elevation now, 2 and 3. Mr. Ben Adolph's got himself some breathing room in that number 1 spot. Newberry got one more coming up on you. Oh. You're good, Corey. Go for it.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Adolph, Jeff Adolph, Corey Frisbee, Carl Blocker Sr., and Craig Newberry. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Corey Frisbee done. Carl Blocker Sr. done. Ben Adolph done. Jeff Adolph done.
Ben will
All
take the
drivers
night
are
for
finished.
Stadium Truck with
Craig
the
Newberry
TQ
done.
and the win. Jeff finishes second, both the finishing and the qualifying. All right, we're putting a couple of those racers back to back, so we will need some volunteer corners.
The race is
Four-wheel
completed.
drive buggy to the line. Corey, what's the Mia site, the dealer site? How does it start? But
2 minutes to the start of the race.
all right, quarter marshal's looking good. Open that track up.
Ben Adolph. Dan Perry. Jeff Adolph. Ben Trocky. One minute to the start of the race. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, line them up, boys. Ben Adolph with another TQ.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Nope, kill that guy. All right, Dan Perry. I know he wasn't far behind him. Should be some good battling. Corey, we really ought to finish that starting. They're so tight on here. And then obviously the TQ gets an advantage, but we'll roll with it for tonight. All right, corner marshals ready. Drivers on the tone. Dan Perry sneaks around for that top spot. Ben's going to be behind him now. Now they got to move through traffic, so Cherokee, you'll got 1 and 2 moving up through. Thank you, sir. Hunt is on over the big roller across the finish line. Dan Perry, Ben Adolph, bumper to bumper.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Ben Adolph, Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi.
I'm not 100% sure I saw that correct, but I think Dan would end up in front of Ben if Ben hit him from the back. We'll get him started. It's all right. You guys have a gap. All right. And now make a clean
3 minutes
pass.
left.
There it is. Ben gets his break. He's off and running. We're at the halfway mark. With all that tomfoolery, Jeff Adolph is about in the mix as well. He's almost got Dan Perry in sight.
After 3 minutes left, the top
Dan's
drivers are
about got
Ben
Ben
Adolph,
in sight
Dan
once
Perry,
again.
Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi.
Ben Adolph certainly has the speed. He's about a half second quicker on his fast lap. Dan's showing some consistency tonight, though, keeping him close. I'm pretty sure
1 minute
Ben's
left.
got the hot lap of this racetrack. I don't think I've seen another 13.5. Careful coming over the step up,
After
go
4 minutes
outside,
30
good
seconds,
job.
the top drivers are Ben
All
Adolph,
clear.
Dan Perry, Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Perry done.
Ben will get a
Jeff
victory
Adolph done.
lap. Dan kept it within 3.5 seconds all the way to the end. That was some good battling on the top.
Ben Adolph done.
Congratulations.
All drivers are finished. Ben Trocchi done.
I'm sure there's no cussing on the driver's stand because we don't allow that.
The race is completed.
All right. Got our two-wheel drive sportsman drivers out here and ready. Need to get those corners out here.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
Track is open. Track is open.
Craig Newberry. Travis Blocker.
Let's see if
Ben Castleberry.
Castleberry backs it up. He had two very convincing wins in the qualifying rounds. But I do know Travis
Eric Newberry.
could easily be there right with him at the top if he could just put in a good, consistent run. I don't know what to expect out of Craig. He might
1
be
minute to
learning
the
this
start of the
track
race.
quickly. All
45
right,
seconds to the
let's
start
line
of the
them
race.
up next time around. Ben Castleberry with that TQ. Craig Newberry be charging from the number 2. Travis Blocker on the 3. And Eric
30
Newberry
seconds to the start
on
of
the
the race.
4. Looks good. Corner marshals ready. Drivers on the tone. Castleberry's getting it done again as he moves his way through traffic, putting laps down. Craig sitting in that 2 spot, about 5 seconds behind.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Craig Newberry, Eric Newberry, Travis Blocker. Three minutes left.
Ben Castleberry in the orange body, yellow wheels is stretching it out every single lap. Currently at about a 10-second margin over the pack. Craig Newberry doing a good job holding down that 2 spot. Looks like Eric Newberry's in the 3. Travis Blocker only about 3 seconds back in the 4.
After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Craig Newberry, Eric Newberry, Travis Blocker.
Ooh, for the last minute and a half, Craig Newberry is not letting Ben Castleberry get away. That time has remained the same, right at about 10 seconds. If Craig could put some more time in on this black carpet, I think he'd definitely be fending for that top spot.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Craig Newberry, Eric Newberry, Travis Blocker.
Looking at the fast lap times, Ben Castleberry 11.6, Craig Newberry 11.6.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Travis Blocker done. Ben Castleberry done.
Castleberry locks it down and owns the night. All the qualifiers
All
and
drivers
the
are
main.
finished.
Nice work, Ben Castleberry.
Eric Newberry done.
Craig Newberry, a very good showing. So glad he could join us. Good running. Ooh, Travis slipped into that 3.
The race is completed.
All right, Kyle, got your game face on, ready to turn it on when it matters most? You got it. Any chance I could get one more quarter marshal out there? We need
2 minutes to
someone
the
for
start of the
bucket
race.
4. And actually, oh, this is expert. Yeah, definitely need somebody for bucket 4. Here comes Travis to the rescue. All right, turn them loose. Mr. Andrew, if you have to grab somebody from that top elevation, it works out pretty good to stand on that red dot,
Dan Peary,
as Zach Hopkins has
Jeff
shown us.
Adolph,
That way your
Ben
feet
Adolph,
aren't in the
Ben
way.
Trocchi,
And you'll grab
Kyle
them from
Thompson.
the top and set them on the bottom. All right, Godspeed, little buddy.
One minute to the start of the race.
Go ahead and line them up. Dan Perry's claiming the TQ out of the 17.5 expert. Mr. Consistency.
45
Ben
seconds to the
Trocchi
start of the
slipped
race.
onto the 2. Ben Adolph on the 3. Jeff Adolph on the 4. Kyle's going to put in a good showing from the 5. Ben Trocchi.
30 seconds to
Good
the start
job,
of the race.
Trocchi. All right, quarter marshal is going to need your head on a swivel. I have a strong feeling there's going to be some fierce battles in this one from the top to the bottom. All right, quarter marshal's ready. Drivers live on the tone. Well, Ben Adolph with the short end of the stick. He's going to start a lap behind. I'm not sure he could do anything with that. Dan Perry, your front runner in the light blue, dark blue, and white wheels.
After 1 minute 30 seconds,
Dan
the top
Perry's
drivers
looking
are Dan
pretty
Peary,
good on
Kyle
this
Thompson,
one.
Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi, and Ben Adolph.
Ben Trocchi, you got Dan Perry coming up on you. He is your race leader. Kyle Thompson holding down the 2. There's a battle brewing back there. Kyle Thompson, Jeff Adolph. Oh, Jeff Adolph snuck around. Okay, so Jeff, gray and orange in the 2. Yellow in the 3. Poor Ben with the worst handicap yet.
3 minutes left.
Very thoughtful move by Kyle Thompson, letting Ben Trocchi get back around.
After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Dan Perry, Jeff Adolph, Kyle Thompson, Ben Trocchi, and Ben Adolph.
All right, battle on the tracks, looking like Ben Trocchi on the 3, Kyle on the 4, and Ben now making up enough time to get himself on the leaderboard. His next passes will count. Mr. Dan Perry's got 11 seconds up on the field. He's looking pretty good with a minute and a half on the clock.
One minute left.
Ben Adolph's now on the hunt for Ben Trocchi. Next one, and that pass will count for position. Ben Trocchi's currently holding down the 3. Jeff's good and comfortable in that 2 spot, and
After
Dan
4
is
minutes
on a
30
runaway.
seconds, the
12
top drivers
seconds
are
up.
Dan Perry, Jeff Adolph, Ben Trocchi, Ben Adolph, and Kyle Thompson. Five, 4.
Wow.
3,
A
2,
lucky
1.
and skillful pass over that quarter
Ben
pipe.
Adolph
Nice
done.
work.
Ben
Ben
Trocchi
Adolph
done.
will do it on the last lap to take that
Jeff
3rd
Adolph
place.
done.
Put himself
Kyle
on the
Thompson
Monster
done.
Energy podium. And Dan
All
Perry,
drivers are finished.
a very convincing
Dan
night
Perry
out of
done.
him. Jeff claiming the 2. Good job, good job. One last race of the night. It's short course, all 6 of them out there.
The race is completed.
I've seen every one of these drivers in the top spot in one race or another. Always some good battles out of this crew. All right, short course drivers, turn them loose.
Two minutes to the start of the race. Kyle Thompson. Carl Blocker Sr. Nicole Bruner. Ben Castleberry. Eric Newberry. Zach Hopkins.
Line them up next time around. It's Kyle Thompson's night on the short course. Kyle Thompson will be claiming that TQ. Ben Castleberry, he's had some good fast laps. A little bit of rough luck. Ben Castleberry in the race's stripes on the number 2. Nicole Bruner, nice showings out of her for 3. Carl Blocker Sr. fighting from the 4. Eric Newberry on the 5. And Zach, what are you doing back on the 6? Zach's going to pull it together. I can feel it. Still got a 13.5 in there.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, we're looking good. Corner marshals ready. Drivers live on the tone. Line them up, back to the starting line. This does have failure written all over it. I think we're just too tight on the starting positions. We'll try to get those dots spread out for next time. All right, if you guys can make it around 2 corners, you'll be safe. Trying it again. Corner marshals ready. Drivers live on the tone. All right, third time's the charm. Line them up, spread them out. I don't think we can make it around that 180 with 6 short course drivers. I'm sorry, this is unprecedented. All right, Ben Trockey, don't even worry about the dots. Start spreading those guys out with about 5 feet between them. Even if Zach has to be in the corner around the corner. Zach's going to come swoop them all. They're all going to pile up, and Zach will just blaze past. All right, looking a little safer. All right, you guys got this? Corner marshals ready. Drivers on the tone. Oh no, get Kyle quick. Ah! Ben Castleberry sneaks off. He's got a bit of breathing room. Kyle is blazing through traffic. Kyle moves into the 2. He is now officially on the hunt for Ben Castleberry. Oh man. Cars blazing off his hood, coming from everywhere. Ben Castleberry in the racing stripes now making his way through lappers. When racing stripes comes up on you, try to go a little wide. Thank you, Nicole. Zach, you'll be next. Ben's on a run, and Kyle is coming in hot. Kyle's been showing the speed all night long and the consistency. All right, Newberry and Zach, you got the leader coming up behind you. Number 2 in the white
After
and black coming through next.
The top drivers are Ben Castleberry,
Thank you,
Kyle
sir.
Thompson, Carl
Go,
Blocker
Kyle,
Sr.,
go.
Zach Hopkins, and Nicole Bruner.
Rolls it. That's going to put Kyle right on his bumper. 1 and 2 now moving through the stairs. They're going to be up onto Zach next. Zach thoughtfully moves out of the way.
3 minutes left.
Thank you, sir. Castleberry, your leader, coming over the finish line. Kyle right behind him. Carl Blocker Sr. is in this mix as well. Within a second, he is 3, so that's 1, 2, 3 down the stairs. Ben, Kyle, and Carl. All right, Carl's in this one too. Zach, number 3, coming up behind you, Zach. Thank you, sir.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Kyle Thompson, Carl Blocker Sr., Eric Newberry, and Nicole Bruner.
right, Nicole, leaders coming up on you next. Kyle in the white and black running in two, chasing down our leader. Thank you, thank you. One and two, just battling it out, just that 1.5 seconds or so between them.
1 minute left.
Ooh, Ben gets some breathing room on that lap. He's up about 3.7. We got 45 seconds left on the clock.
After 4 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ben Castleberry, Kyle Thompson, Carl Blocker Sr., Eric Newberry, and Nicole Bruner. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Castleberry
Ben
sails
Castleberry
it
done.
in for the win.
Zach Hopkins done.
Whew, Kyle right
Kyle
there to
Thompson
claim
done.
the two. Castleberry's
Eric
taking
Newberry
all
done.
those top podiums tonight.
The race is completed.
That was a very good drive by Castleberry under pressure.